Everybody, so here we are outside, chilly and rainy. Got a power outage here in this neighborhood that's affected 3 homes. On this sideline here that's fed off this single phase line that feeds this neighborhood. This line here is pretty grown in, but the real issue was the very last pole on this line. I think it was covered in kudzu. And of course my storm cams have been out running today because of the weather, and I believe they actually caught the sound of this fuse letting go. So this main line here set off a oil recloser and it tripped, and when it tripped, the fuse right up there actually let go, but it did not drop out of the cutout. It still actually looks like it's closed in, but it's actually blown. Yep, this camera's still going, so most likely it caught it on video, and I'll include it here. Now keep in mind, when this thing let go, it was very loud. So as you can see, fuse blew at the same time the recloser tripped, causing this whole neighborhood to go off for a couple seconds and come back on. And linemen are actually out right now working on the suspect pole. I spoke with the lineman, told him, said, hey, I think it's the last pole on this sideline that's the culprit, but there's also this whole right-of-way here is pretty grown in, but kudzu and vines mixed with any sort of rain, they cause trouble before trees generally do, from what I know. You can see there's the second to last pole right there, and you can, I know it's hard to see on this, but it's kind of grown in. And they're looking at that very last pole down there. I'd imagine he's probably having to climb it manually, because I don't think he can get his truck back there if he climbs it. It remains to be seen how they're going to clear it. He's going to probably have to put his spikes on, or whatever they call them, for these shoes, and climb the pole, get the kudzu away from the single phase primary and the transformer, and then close this line back in. Tell you what, guys and girls, this rain is just never ending today. It's been raining all day long, which I'm kind of surprised that line didn't go out earlier. You know, like Murphy's Law says, it waits till nighttime when some people are in bed. Next door neighbors heard a nice blast, and matter of fact, the neighbors actually saw the flash when the fuse went. So it's probably a good thing that recloser tripped. Open this line for a moment to let that fault clear. And of course the lineman knew that sometimes when those cutouts blow, the cutout door doesn't drop down, so It's my source of entertainment for tonight. Very quick response by power company. So again, if I didn't mention, it put 3 people out of power. And a thing I've noticed is, my phone's getting low on charge. One thing I noticed is back in 2021, contract crews with the ULCS replaced the old circuit recloser on this line with a higher amperage one. Went from a 35 amp type L to a 70 amp type L. And I think that threw off the recloser fuse coordination in this neighborhood. This neighborhood has 3 sidelines with fuses. And previously, the way the recloser works is there's 2 A curves, which are really fast, and there's 2 B curves, which are slower before it goes to lockout. And we had a fuse blow back in 2018. The recloser went through both of its A curve trips, and it blew the fuse, I think, on the first B curve trip. Now, the fuse went at the same time that the recloser did its first A curve trip. So that's something they may have to look into. I think he's actually getting done. I think he probably just climbed the pole and cleared the mess off of the last pole. That was what I personally think was the culprit. So he's going to probably drive around and refuse this cutout here. Okay, so I'm actually filming with a different camera this time. My phone was about dead. So he just positioned his truck light on that cutout door. You can see it's in the closed position, but the fuse is blown. Normally they drop open, but that cutout door has been closed since 2012 when they installed the branch fuses in this neighborhood. So the lineman is down there with his hot stick. That's a telescoping hot stick. They generally have a dielectric strength that's many times the voltage of the line, which in this case is 7,200 volts. So he's going to pull that cutout door open. You see he touched it and it fell open. Okay, so he is coming down with the old fuse cutout door. To my understanding, this power company, what they do is they just grab another cutout door and throw it in. Some power companies will refuse the cutout door out in the field. So he's going to his truck right now to get presumably I guess get another cutout door with a new fuse already in it, or he's going to refuse this one. Okay, so he's currently, I think he's actually refusing the cutout door on the spot. It does take a few minutes, and I'll put a card up in the corner from a YouTube channel called Bob's Decline, which goes over how to refuse a cutout door. Okay, so he's got either a different cutout door or he's put a new fuse in this cutout door. He's getting ready to put this new fuse in, and let's hope that it holds. Nothing crazy happens. So I'm going to look through the camera lens. I'm not going to actually look directly at what he's doing, because if there is a arc, they're very bright. It's like welding. Alright, so he's going to hang the fuse door into the cutout. You can see it's hung in place. Now he's getting ready to close it. Well, all right. You see there's a little bit of a arc there when it closed in. That's typical. Just making sure that it's in secure. So anyways, that's the process of how power gets restored. Now of course this was a really small outage, only affecting 3 homes, but there you have it. So I'm guessing they're going to probably put in a work order with a tree trimming company, one of their contract crews I guess, to come out and trim it around that line where it's grown in. But they did address the main issue, which was the vine or the kudzu growing up the very last pole on this line, to my understanding. Just saying that, wouldn't it be crazy if this thing was to go again? Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it holds in. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video from Kudzu channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel and be sure to tick the bell so we get notified of new video posts. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, and share this video as well as the channel with your friends and get the word out. Also, I have a second channel, that's CubeCompMTDX. Over there you'll find videos about thunderstorms and weather, cycling, and videos about me personally. Feel free to subscribe over there as well if you like. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for your support.